Hello everyone, welcome to Junk Journals by Jen, where journaling is about the journey. Today I'm going to show you a great way to organize some of your smaller scraps in my scrap book. The things I use are a pile of scraps, a book that I've taken out of the inside of a book, or the guts that I've taken out of a book that I made into a journal already. That way nothing goes to waste. And the other things I'll use are some scissors, a really strong glue stick. I'm going to use Scotch Create today, and then a piece of coffee dyed paper. And then we'll do a project later with some die cuts and some things like that. So as for my voice, let me explain real quick what happened and where I've been for the last couple of months. I've been very, very ill. It started with the flu and I just couldn't shake it. Now, as many of you know, I have lupus and it makes me very susceptible to lung infections. On Wednesday, 3 weeks ago, I went to the ER afraid that I had pneumonia, and I had been sick for weeks and had lost my voice, was running fevers off and on. I really should have gone to the doctor sooner. The doctor at the ER diagnosed me with a virus. He didn't even listen to my lungs and then sent me on my way home. 2 days later on Friday, my daughter came to check on me and bring me some Gatorade, and she immediately called the ambulance. Thank goodness she did too, because by the time they got me to the hospital, I was septic and multi-organ failure, had double pneumonia and heart failure, along with a long list of other things. I ended up intubated, which explains my voice, and on life support. The doctors actually told my family I might not make it through the night. But long story short, I spent a week in intensive care, and then I've made a miraculous recovery since then. And I'll tell you, I've been itching to get back on YouTube and create content again. So I want to thank all the subs that have stuck with me, and I hope to be posting on a regular schedule real soon. So please bear with me. Now, let's get started on this project or scrap organization. I kind of pick scraps that I usually just dig through my basket here of scraps. I'll show you. This is where I keep my small scraps. And I'll pick out some that are similar colors or that I think will look good together. And then I simply cut them into squares or rectangles and glue them onto the page of the book. And I'm always working on the right-hand side. So let's start with that. And this is a very good glue stick. It's the best one I've found. Okay, and glue it right up to the edge. All right, and then you just keep doing that. Until you cover the whole page. We'll just do this one page real quick. You could tear them or do other shapes if you wanted to. Really what we're making is like a mini masterboard, but the book holds them in place until you're ready to use them, until you have a project that it'll look good with. I don't know why, but I just like them to be cut for this thing, for this way of organizing scraps. You can do it however you like to do it. If you want to tear them, then by all means tear them. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm really sorry about my voice, and I might have to take some drinks of water to get through it, but I've been itching to create content. Just do this while you're watching TV. That's what I usually do. And because it doesn't take a lot of thought. And let's do some coffee dyed paper. I don't mind if it's a little rough on the edge. I'm okay with that. I'll show you some of the other pages where I've stored scraps when we're done also, so you can get an idea of some color combinations. And I just collect them until I have a good little basket full. That's pretty paper. I really like this one. I like all these papers. And I got them from a project I'm working on right now that will be in my shop soon. I'll do a flip through. It's a Victorian ladies journal. Really excited about it. I love it. You can see there's really no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just cutting and gluing, cutting and gluing. So I've got the main page covered, and I like to take a little bit of, I already used that one, of something like this, and do it on the intersecting corners, just for some added interest, some smaller pieces. What we're going to do with this is, it's like a mini masterboard, like I said, so we are going to cut some tags and belly bands and journal cards out of it. And then for today, I think we'll probably make a tag. Then we'll do one more. I like to do things in odd numbers. We'll just do it right there, because it's kind of a big space with no horizontal lines going through it, and I like to have them going every which way. Okay, so we've got our page covered. Let me just move these out of the way here. Next thing I do is just tear it out of the book. And they tear out so easily once you have them covered with the scrapbook paper or whatever kind of paper you're covering it with. You can see how easily that tore out of there. Next thing I'm going to do is glue either a piece of fly leaf, which I've already used the ones from this book. That's the beginning and ending blank pages of the book. You can glue those onto the back so it creates writing room, or you could gesso on the back and create writing room that way. But what I'm going to do today is simply glue this onto a piece of coffee dyed paper. And glue's getting down there a little bit. Does take a lot of glue when you sit down and do this for a while. I think we can go this way and get 2 out of it. Okay, and then just cut the remaining off. Use that one for another one. Next thing you can do is just cut out the shape that you want. You can divide this into a long belly band, a journal card, a tag. You can use one sheet for many things. You could just use the remnants if you have little pieces left for collaging with. But let's do this. I'm going to use this top part because I really like it. And I'm just going to cut a tag. You can cut it any size you want. You could use a paper cutter, probably would work. Now what I do when I make a tag, I'm going to trim this little excess copy paper off. And whoops, it's stuck. All right. It's so good to be back with you guys. You have no idea. I'll cut that corner off, and then I take it to the other side, turn it over, and it cuts the same exact angle. So do that. And then I would ink it up. And you can see that's a pretty tag already. And I'm going to put a focal point on it. Maybe some words. Let's see here. Oh, that's super cute. I like this little teapot. I'm going to put that on there. Or teacup, I guess it is, not a pot. Okay. Now I'm going to put some words on here, and I'm going to put there's beauty and simplicity because this is such a simple project. I think that goes really well with it. And I'm going to use just a little bit of glue on this. Actually, there is beauty in. Again, I'll have 3 things, and I'm going to just put them like this. I'm going to run them over some glue so they stick good. You could ink these too. Sometimes I do. There. Now I just take my crocodile put it on the large hole setting. I'm going to put it back on the punch, or not the punch, the eyelet setter, and let's do a white eyelet here. Okay, got that. And tie a piece of ribbon on it. My fingers are sticky, I'm not gonna lie. My baby wipes dried out though, so. there. And then I like to cut the tops at an angle. What a cute tag. I love it. Now let me show you a couple of other color combinations I've done. It'll depend on your scraps, of course. I've got purple. I had some bee scrapbook paper, and I'm going to make a bee journal, so that'll be great for that. Turquoise, some rust colors. I started a Christmas one, but I didn't find that many scraps, but you can leave it partially done and then come back later to it. Neutral, blue, green, brown. You get the idea. I did all patterned, floral patterns on this one. They just make really pretty backgrounds. I really love doing this, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. One way to get organized and use your scraps anyway, please like and comment below. Tell me what you think. Also, visit me at my Etsy shop, which is linked below. I'll have a sale going on for Mother's Day. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.